You know that feeling, right? You've got this perfect image in your head, but when you try to get an AI to create it, what comes out is, well, not quite right. Today, we're going to close that gap. We are going to engineer the perfect AI portrait, and I'll show you how to get from a fuzzy idea to an absolutely flawless cinematic result.
Yep, we have all been there. You can see it so clearly in your mind, this stunning portrait, but what the AI spits out is just off. The background's all wrong, the lighting's kind of flat, the whole mood you were going for is just missing. That gap, that frustrating space between your vision and what you get, that is exactly what we're going to bridge today.
Okay, so let's set a really clear target. We're not just aiming for some static image here. We want a cinematic, professional portrait. I want you to think high-end corporate brand film, something that feels calm, confident, and totally professional. That's our quality benchmark. So, here's our roadmap for getting there. First, we're going to break down the vision itself. Then, we'll get into the method, what I'm calling precision engineering. After that, we'll decode some really powerful templates. And to wrap it all up, I'm going to give you a super simple quality checklist to make sure your prompts are perfect every single time. First up, deconstructing the vision. See, to build a great prompt, you have to start by thinking like a director or a professional photographer. We need to take that perfect shot in our heads and break it down into all of its fundamental pieces. And this is where we turn a vague feeling into concrete, specific details. Professional isn't just a word, right? To an AI, it means sharp attire and direct, confident eye contact. That office in your head, it becomes a sleek, modern corporate setting with glass walls and soft reflections. And please, don't just say good lighting. We're talking a professional three-point setup, a soft key light coming from camera left, a gentle fill light to soften the shadows, and that subtle rim light to create depth. We're not just asking for a blurry background. We're specifying a cinematic 85mm lens to get that beautiful, shallow depth of field. This, right here, this level of detail, is exactly what the AI needs to succeed. Which brings us to the core method behind this whole thing, precision engineering. This is where we take all those little deconstructed elements and turn them into a set of powerful instructions that the AI can actually understand and execute. So, what is prompt engineering anyway? It sounds complicated, but it's not about just guessing or throwing a bunch of words at the screen and hoping for the best. It's a real skill. It's the bridge that connects your creative idea to the final product. It's where your artistic vision meets technical precision. Exactly. That's the key right there. It's a blend of two different worlds. You need the artist's eye for sure, but you also need the engineer's precision. The source material couldn't be clearer on this. If you can master both of these, you unlock the AI's true potential. Okay, so that's the theory. But how do you actually apply this skill? Well, we can use some foundational templates. Think of these as the core building blocks you'll use to craft your perfect prompt.
Just look at this table. It shows you how a few key choices can completely change the entire feel of your portrait. See that corporate executive column? That's our goal for today. It needs a modern setting, controlled studio lighting, all to create that confident, authoritative mood. But now, look over at the lifestyle column. All of a sudden, we're in a natural setting, maybe using sunset lighting, and the attire is casual to give it a warm, relatable feel. Each one of these columns is like a different recipe for a totally different outcome.
And this right here is what separates an okay result from a truly great one, being specific. Instead of saying blurry background, you say an 85mm portrait lens at f2.8. Instead of good lighting, you tell it exactly what you mean, a soft key light from camera left. You see, you're giving the AI professional, unambiguous commands. That's the language it really understands. Okay, so you've deconstructed your vision, you've picked your building blocks from the templates. Now before you hit generate, there is one final crucial step. Think of this as your pre-flight check to make sure you have a perfect launch. This checklist just makes everything simple. Run through these 6 steps every time. Have you clearly described your subject and their pose? Is the lighting specific, including the direction? Is the environment detailed enough? Did you add those super important technical camera specs? And maybe most importantly, have you checked for contradictions? Because you don't want to ask for a dark, moody scene with bright, happy lighting. That'll just confuse the AI. Seriously, don't skip this step. This checklist is your safety net. It's the thing that transforms a pretty good prompt into a truly great one by making sure every single element is intentional and that they all work together in harmony. And that really is the main takeaway from all of this. It all boils down to these 3 things. Be specific in your descriptions, give your prompt a logical structure, move from the main subject out to the details,
and use the professional terminology of photography and cinematography. If you can master these, you're no longer just hoping for a good result, you're actually engineering it.
So there you have it. You now have the vision, you have the method, you've got the templates, and you've got the checklist. You literally have all the keys you need to unlock precisely what's in your head. So the only question left is, what incredible portrait are you going to engineer next?